Hello, this is Whittet, and I'm doing day 6 of the Love Dare. The chapter is called, Love is Not Irritable, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. This one's a little bit longer than the prior day, day 5, so I'm going to go ahead and get started on it. It says, Love is hard to offend and quick to forgive. And it asked, how easily do I get offended or irritated? And my answer to that was very. I get offended or irritated very easily, especially right now being pregnant. And I know that sounds like a big excuse, but I mean, that's just the God honest truth. I just have a really hard time uh, not letting things get to me that are stupid or petty. And I get offended super easily and get my feelings hurt easily. And normally I'm not always like that when I don't have these crazy hormones going off. But here lately for the next 4 months, that's probably just how it's going to be. So this is going to be a real challenge. And it defines the word irritable. And to be irritable means to be near the point of knife or not being far from being poked. So basically just being that person that's just waiting for someone to come at them so they can spout off and go off on them and just, let them have it. And so um, this one I think was really like important for me to read because of my pregnancy emotions and just how I have been feeling lately and the arguments that we've been having lately. So some notes that I took was minor problems don't yield major reactions. When you walk under the influence of love, you will be a joy to be around, not a jerk. And the question to ask yourself is, am I a calm breeze or a storm waiting to happen? And it kind of just depends on the day of the week and what time of day it is and all that for me because it changes all the time. But there have been so many times where I've been just a storm waiting to happen, and it can come from even a text message from a family member that makes me really mad, and then I take it out on my husband, or I get mad at him for not sticking up for me and saying something to them, and it just, it goes on and on. So um, I'm going to consciously be choosing to be a calm breeze as much as I possibly can. And I've noticed that I've started working out, and that's been helping a lot because it helps me just kind of be able to release those emotions and kind of get those emotions out instead of taking it out on him or like holding it in and bottling it up like I normally do. But there are several reasons why people become irritable that it lists in this chapter. One is stress, because it weighs you down, drains your energy, weakens your health, and invites you to be cranky. And that's so true because, a lot of people fight over financial reasons, and that's one thing that we've been fighting about a lot here over the last couple of months. And because, we're both super stressed, and especially with this new baby on the way, it's extremely stressful when you're not financially where you want to be or where you need to be. And so that has obviously caused me to be irritable with my husband and to just be not always a joy to be around. Another reason is selfishness, which kind of brings us back to day 3 of the Love Dare. But the note it says on that is, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And that's something Jesus says in the Bible. And it said we can be a lemon or a peach under pressure. We either get sour or we get sweeter, and the choice is ours. Being easily angered is an indicator of a hidden area of selfishness or insecurity. And so a lot of times, just we get mad or we're waiting for someone to come at us so we can say something just because maybe we feel insecure and it makes us feel better to be able to put others in their place. I actually know people who are like that. And so and that's something that you just have to work on and really become aware of and really pay attention to what you're saying and how you're saying it. And just it really all starts, I believe it starts with your thoughts and what you're thinking about, because whatever you think about is what ends up coming about. And so, your thoughts can either be, your thoughts are like seeds. You're either going to grow a garden of flowers or a garden of weeds. It's up to you and just whatever you're choosing to think about and really meditate on. And I know for myself that here lately something will happen and it'll make me really mad, and I just think about it over and over and over, and I can't seem to just let that thought go and just get over it. And I don't know if it's because I'm pregnant or if because I don't know what it is, but that's just what has been happening with me lately. And so I'm trying to really get better at just letting things go and letting the little things slide past, because it's really not worth getting mad about. But the whole focus of this chapter is to just come from a place of love and be love focused, because love will lead you to forgive instead of hold a grudge. And so the dare for day 6 is to choose to start reacting to tough circumstances in your marriage with love instead of irritation. Begin by making a list of areas where you need to add margin to your schedule, then list any selfish motives that need to be released in your life. So this one was kind of hard for me because I don't really feel like there's areas where I need to add margin, just because my schedule is pretty relaxed as it is, but there are things that I could do um, to really just like put aside more time for Ross and I to hang out and stuff. And so one of those is to start helping our daughter sleep in her own bed, because right now she just falls asleep in our bed, and a lot of times I fall asleep with her. And so that's time at night where I could be spending with my husband and really building our relationship instead of just going straight to sleep, although I just get super tired. Um, Number 2, I said I could continue to work out to help keep my stress level down and to kind of just release those moments where I get really upset or mad or annoyed with people, so that way I don't take it out on my husband. And then number 3 was to continue to make time for my devotional and love dare every morning, and to keep growing closer to Jesus and soaking up his words and his wisdom. So that's really the list that I made in the completed dare that I did for today. So, anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. I will be back tomorrow with makeup on and way prettier, hopefully, for day 7. And I will see you guys then. Have a great night.